Welcome to the name change. I've given the channel a new name. It's my name, but not really. It's the way I used to pronounce my name when I was a little kid, because I couldn't pronounce my name. So Yekie stuck as a nickname used by my family for a long time. The purpose of this change is to be a little bit more open. I want to talk about different things. I still want to talk about watches. I love the journey that watches allow you to have, but I want to talk about other stuff as well. I'm gonna be posting more personal things on here. The first of those is a series of videos my husband and I made for our old YouTube channel. It's my student loan videos. Its purpose was to document me paying off my student loans. So here we are, finishing off this series of videos. This is the beginning. So have a seat, enjoy the show, and thanks for watching. This is about my personal journey of student debt and how I'm paying it off. Hello, my name is Jess, and I'm talking about student loans. Everybody's got them. Nobody wants them. 2008, I went to school, college, where I took out a lot of loans for 2 years, from 2008 to 2010. The fortunate thing is I was lucky that the last 2 years I went to school, I wasn't allowed to take out loans, so I had to, with the help of my parents, pay that out of pocket. But by the time I graduated in 2012, I walked out of school with a fantastic degree in my hand worth $60,000 plus because of interest and all that fun stuff. And I got a job. Well, I already had a job, but I was working at Starbucks at the time, which I was making about $9 an hour at the time, and that didn't pay anything. So for 4 years, from 2012 to 2016, I didn't look at my loans at all. It's not that I wasn't paying them, my mom was paying them. I was in a weird time in my life where I had this crazy social anxiety. It was probably a little enabled to an extent, but I didn't know what my loans looked like at all. I knew that at the base they were $60K, and my mom was paying them with my money, of course, whatever measly amount I was making. She had to help me certain months because my paycheck just wasn't able to make the minimum payments. And it was weird because for 4 years, in that time, I resigned myself to having these loans forever, because that's the thing that you hear people say. So they come out of school and then they're paying them for half of their career. And I didn't even have a career, so I thought, well, these loans are going to be with me for the rest of my life. I went to school for communication, specifically TV, radio, with the idea that I was going to somehow get a job in radio or TV. But again, given my shitty, probably half self-enabled social anxiety, I never pursued that. And it kind of, thinking back on it, it's kind of a regrettable moment, but it's not something that I can look back on and really like stress about or focus on, because I'm here now. 4 years later, in that time period of 4 years, when I finally looked at my loans personally, 2016, 6 months ago, well, a little more than that now, the actual balance was nearly $54,000. So in that time, from 2012 to 2016, I didn't even get rid of $10,000. So that was eye-opening. I'm 27 now. At the time that I finally looked at my loans and decided to, with of course Jeffrey's help, decided to take responsibility and control of my own student debt, I was 26, and it was a sobering thought that I went through all of this time ignoring it, basically head in the sand, just ignoring it and thinking, that, all right, these are just gonna be something I'm gonna have for the rest of my life, and you know, I won't think about it. It didn't feel like it was affecting me, so it made sense to start paying more on my loans, because I had approximately a year prior, I'd gotten another job which paid me more, and I got a lot of just extra money from that. To, like, me and Jeffrey had the discussion, like, I'm just gonna literally put everything that I'm worth at this job into my loans. I have $100 every paycheck to pay for Uber and for my phone bill, which is $30 a month. Sometimes the money carries over to the next paycheck, because I don't always need the Uber, so my parents give me a ride, or Jeffrey will give me a ride, so I'm really fortunate in that way. But the $100, just keeping track of that little amount every 2 weeks, I wouldn't say it's difficult, because I mean, I never bought a lot of stuff or did a lot of things in the first place. I guess I was very trained in that way, because back then I didn't do much anyway. But it's like to the point where I think about every lunch I want to buy at work, and I think, is it worth it this week to buy this? It's like all I'm focused on right now, because I think I can't let, especially towards the end of the month when my phone bill is due, I can't like lose track of my funds. This is like usually the toughest time, the end of the month, because I have to know that, okay, my phone bill is coming due, and I have to make sure that I do have that $100 for Uber in case I use it every day. And you know, sometimes my check is not as much as I need it to be, so it's kind of put me in this really like focused state. And I'll sit there with my calculator out, and before I make a single payment, I will be writing down my check, and I'll be writing down all the deductions minus $100 that I want to keep in the account, and then what that will leave me with to put on the loan payments. As of today, last time I checked, my loans are at 39,000 something. 39. I calculated that by my next payment they're going to be 38,000, which is still a lot of money. But I have paid off a lot of money. And 2 months ago, somewhere around that time, I said I was going to pay off all my loans in 18 months. And so that's approximately October 2018. I think I can get there. I think that is definitely a possibility. Another goal that I set for myself was that I wanted, because I have private loans and I also have federal loans, so I'm really focusing on the federal loans, just getting rid of the loans that are in my name, just cutting them down. And they were at 17,000, almost 18,000, and now they are at 9,464, which is crazy to think that a year ago or 2 years ago I thought to myself, well, I'm gonna have these loans forever, and you know, in 20 years, or I don't know what the forgiveness point is, but you know, I'll just let it go like a wave just over me. I don't go out and spend money to have fun. I don't go out with friends. Like I said, I don't buy lunch at work. I make my own lunch. Well, Jeffrey makes my own lunch. But I don't know, it's a huge sacrifice. Before, I was afraid to look at my loans because I guess I was afraid of the sacrifice, and I had a good amount of savings built up account that I was able to like buy some things online here and there and go out to the movies. And now that's like, I'm so focused that it's at zero. Literally, my budget, like I said, is Uber and my phone bill, and occasionally I'll pick up the coffee tab, and that's when I have a little bit. That's when I have a little bit of money, and our fun is going for drives, which is, I love that, and I don't think that'll ever change. But we're looking for stuff that we don't need to spend money on because the focus is these loans, and I really think I can get it. I really think they could be over in a little over than a year. So we go hiking, free stuff that is fun and doesn't cost money. And I know that at the moment my loans aren't as much as other people are paying, and my circumstances aren't as drastic as other people, but in my own circumstances, I'm able to make this work. And it's still a struggle, and it's still like sitting at home and thinking, all right, today I'm just gonna play video games because like I want all that money. I just want to know what that feels like to have no loans. Like, I'm thinking about that, and every dollar that I don't spend is a dollar that goes toward the loan companies. So in summation, if you have any questions about things we're doing, what our budget looks like, what I'm actually putting down every month, I'm making 2 payments approximately a month, sometimes more, and even that feels amazing. Like, if there's one piece of advice I can give right now, it's to make sure that you never make a late payment if you're able to. If you are able to control that, always make your payment on time, because the interest that builds up, it's mind-boggling how I look at one account and in a matter of like 5 days, $15 of interest builds up in that time. And just the idea of knowing that if you're constantly paying, that interest almost like goes away. Even though you're still paying it, it's so much lowered. So if that's the only piece of advice I give, it's that. And if there are any other questions about what we're personally doing, or what I'm personally doing, or what it looks like day to day, don't be afraid to ask. I thank you very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, rate it. Don't forget to subscribe. I've also got a podcast called Take Yourself Seriously. Head on over to iTunes, give that a rating and a thumbs up, and just keep on listening. Thank you.